Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. There are 5 people and they are sick in the herd. And I am going to tell you about them. Shall we do that? 1. Those people with extreme feeling of self-importance. These people are so important, so much so that they can't do anything worthwhile in this life. They have built these mountains of boundaries around them. Have you ever met those people who walk, carry themselves about as though they are not made out of clay and sand, as though they were not created through the semen of man? Those people who walk about as though they defecate in the refrigerators. Those are the people I'm talking about. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying do not carry yourself with some level of dignity and integrity and respect. All of these things. By all means. Have you ever met somebody who can't even join a queue to purchase food simply because he is important? Just a word of advice. Even though after this you may need to see a doctor, you don't need to build walls around you to scare people away. People do that, and at the end of the day, they don't have anybody around. They made themselves unsociable, impossible to be associated with. These people live most of their lives alone. Why? They are too important. They are too important to say to their wives, I love you. They are too important to say to their children, I love you. They are too important to say to their friends, I love you. These people are too important to say even the basic things that keeps the society together. Do not feel that importance. That is, if you so wish to feel that, then I'm afraid you need to visit a doctor. You are sick in the head. 2, those girls who wear dresses that are half naked. You know? I'm talking about those people who are walking about half naked, and it doesn't stop there. That is not my problem. My problem is what they say, the statement. Don't judge the book by his cover. That is one funny statement. Another statement they have, who are you to judge? The third statement that they say, just because I'm dressed this way doesn't mean I'm a bad person. My dearest one, you are making it difficult for us to understand where you are. Let me just share this with you. Did you know that when Allah created everybody, He made our looks different? Do you know why? Just for identification. This human brain works best with identification. So, if you want us to identify you in a certain way, perhaps, you could do a better job of identifying yourself. Certainly, I cannot go to a hospital, see a doctor, and I bring a patient, go to the doctor, say, hey, tend to my patient. Then the doctor will just tend to me and say, hey man, just because I am in a doctor outfit doesn't mean I am a doctor. I mean, who does that? So, my lady, please, my dearest one, you may not be the bad girl I may be judging. But the fact is, you are wearing their uniform. So if you don't want me to assume that, help me out. If you want me to think otherwise, perhaps you should look more like that. But if you want to tell us that you will mislead our minds and compel us not to judge you, we may try, but we will eventually fail. I will just tell you, you need medical attention. You are sick in the head. Number 3, those ladies who watch romantic movies and see the heroes of the movies, the leading male hero, and they will go like, this is my dream husband. Who does that? Ain't it funny how a lady wants, that is generally in most cases, ladies want a man who can say, I will die for you. Without you, the world has no meaning. But in real world, we will never do that. So, if you are looking for somebody in a movie to be your real man in real life, in most cases what they do is, African movies, a man at the age of 20 is a multi-millionaire. I mean, I'm talking in dollars. Multi-billion-dollar person. I mean, he is wealthy. And he is 20 years of age. and he is independent, and he didn't inherit it, and that is their dream man. What are you talking about? If you want that, my dear, you are sick in the head. 4. These are people who sin. They are sinners. And when advised to refrain, repent, mend their ways, then they go like, we are all sinners in our ways. So you can't tell me I should stop sinning. I have just one question for this group of people. Whom are you waiting to advise you? Is it Allah or is it Angel Gabriel? It has always been the case that sinners save sinners from their sins. Since the beginning of time, Allah has been working through sinners to save people from their sins. Most of the messengers, or some of them, are sinners. We are all sinners. And we are helping each other. We are helping one another. That's the way it works. Just know this. The perfection of human being does not lie in his infallibility or flawlessness. It rather lies in his quest to mend his ways, to stop sinning. That is how we are perfect. So if you want to be a perfect person, perhaps I suggest you should start taking the advice of sinners. That is how we become better people, become better men. If you don't want to do that, then I'm afraid you need medical attention because you are sick in the head. 5. These are people with zero relationship with their word no. These people can't say no to people. Just know that as you live, people will be coming to you, demanding one thing or the other. And you can't give everybody everything. You can't satisfy everybody. You can't give everybody everything they need. That is why sometimes, out of necessity, you must learn to say to people, no. You must know how to reject people. Otherwise, you will live your entire life and your whole life experience will be a living hell. And people would be the architect of that. They would make your life overburdened by their problems and they would be enjoying their lives. That is all because of your sickness of inability to say to them no. Then to say no. Sometimes it will be the kindness you do to people and most of all to yourself. And if you can't do that, I'm afraid you are sick in the head. You need medical attention. Well, these, my friend, are the 5 people who are sick and in need of immediate psychiatric medical attention as a matter of emergency. Should you find yourself among them, please see a doctor before it is too late. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.